Lydian, what is it? What does it mean to bass players? So, when I first started and somebody would bring up the modes, I would kind of blank out. I just wasn't interested. It just seemed like a math problem I had to solve, and I just wanted to, rock out, right? I didn't want to do a bunch of heady mental gymnastics, when I picked up my instrument. And so over the decades of just playing in bands and just playing music, the modes just crept in. And so what I want to do in this video is this is going to be like the express version. This is going to be the tip of the iceberg. Because most of us, we're bass players. Chances are if you've clicked on this, you're a bass player. And we're simple people, right? We're busy doing bass player stuff. We're not going to be concert pianists. We're not going to be shredder guitar players. But I think it's important to understand the modes, maybe not on a real deep, intimate level, but enough that when we hear it, we know what we're dealing with, and we can kind of participate, in the conversation. So this is going to be an extremely abbreviated explanation of Lydian. If you're a theory buff and you've clicked on this video, just relax. I know that what I'm about to go over in this video is definitely not the deep dive. So the oversimplified version of this is Lydian is basically, if we're in the key of E and you know your major scale, all right? Well, it's the same thing as a major scale except for this fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4 is up a half step. And that really weird, well, it's a dissonant interval, it's a tritone. So instead of playing, you would play right. So instead of that note, it's this note. Which on its own sounds strange, but if you hear it in the context of a song, it doesn't sound so strange. If we want to get into the diatonic sequence, diatonic sequence, what? I thought you were going to make this easy. So if you're going to do the diatonic sequence, it's a major two. Major two, what are you talking about? I thought we weren't going to get into theory. So an example of what I'm talking about is, say, that song Fleetwood Mac Dreams. It kind of made a comeback as of late, but it's got the Lydian mode in the verses. You got the major one, then you go to the 2 chord. Instead of playing a minor, you play a major. So it's well, here you go again. You say you want your freedom, right? I'm not a singer, so who am I to keep you down, right? And then another song would be REM, Man in the Moon. Let's play Twister, let's play chess. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. If you're playing in a group at a jam, or band practice, if you're writing songs, whatever, and you hear 2 major chords a whole step apart, the first major chord being the root, you're in Lydian. Why? Because if the key of the song is in E major, and you go up to that 2 chord, and that 2 chord's a major, there's that weird wonky interval, right? Theory is one of those things that a lot of people say, well, I don't want to learn theory because then it'll take my soul away. I won't be able to play from the heart. And I don't know if I subscribe to that. I think if you learn some of these modes, you don't have to do these deep dives, but if you can identify with just the tonal colors of some of these sounds, I think it'll actually expand your vocabulary, and you'll be able to actually express yourself even more. You'll be able to play from your heart even more. You'll have this grab bag of emotional tonalities to pull from. Each mode has its own set of, for me anyway, has its own set of emotional quality to it. And so if you're like, well, I'm not going to be able to play from the heart, well, you'll actually be able to play from the heart even more, because you'll have like a collection of different tools that you can grab that elicit different emotional ideas or emotional qualities. If you're feeling a certain way a certain day, you can write something in a certain mode that will help you express yourself on an even greater level than if you're just kind of winging it. Stick with me. We're going to go through all these modes in subsequent videos. And like I say, I'm not going to really bore you with the math part of it. We're just going to get into tonalities and colors. And for now, when you pick up your bass, maybe spend some time just kind of reinforcing this idea that, okay, there's that note, there's that interval. Like maybe just play around with that interval. So I hope that helps. Whew. Oh, wow. I got through it. This is my first lesson video. I'm probably going to have to do about 1,000 of these before they're even watchable. So bear with me. Okay, thanks. Have a good day.